Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
The Daily Compliance News for March 12, 2021, the Fear and Fine Arts edition. We begin with that story from the New York Times as the Detroit Institute of Arts tries to change after a review cites a culture of fear in the organization. The DIA is taking steps to improve its workplace culture following a critical review by outside investigators who said they fielded employee complaints of retaliation by the director, whose autocratic leadership style had fostered an environment which led to disproportionate number of women on the staff to leave. Findings by Crowell and Mooring law firm, which was hired by the museum, were presented to its board of directors in November but not made public. The firm's investigation found that current and former staff employees said they had spoken and complained that the director lacked a facility, demonstrated a lack of facility with race-related issues. Of course, in Detroit, that's certainly a critical element of any leader. The museum said that it had taken a number of steps to respond to the finding, including establishing a new position to be a liaison between staff members and boards of directors. It also set up a confidential hotline for reporting discrimination, retaliation, and other workplace issues. Next up, Trump's appointed Postmaster General wants to continue to destroy the U.S. Postal Service. This is just unbelievable. And he asked for more money to support a plan that includes slower mail delivery. This idiot is probably one of the worst political appointees I've ever seen. And he has made no bones about it that he's out to destroy the ability of the U.S. mailing public to get letters from here to there. And why he's still there is really anyone's guess. Hopefully the Biden administration will get rid of him. But this guy is just beyond belief. He actually wants more money so he can give you worse postal service, if that's believable. I don't know about you, but I lose about 30% of all of my mail. So when I say the check's in the mail, it really could be true. Next up, there's been a series of articles about Les Miles being terminated as the head coach at Kansas, and now the athletic director who hired him has left the university. He resigned after being requested to by the president of the university. The AD, Jeff Long, hired Miles. The two had a long-standing relationship, and it was Miles who put him in. Miles claims he did a background due diligence check, and it was LSU who didn't tell him about the trouble around sexual harassment that Miles had gotten into trouble around in LSU. LSU claimed that was confidential, but when you hire someone like that and you don't perform due diligence, that's going to be a terminable offense going forward. And finally, from the BBC, cyber firm S said that more than 500 email servers in the UK may have been hacked. The company said they were not aware of many of the victims. It comes as governments around the world warn organizations to secure their systems. However, the UK's National Cyber Security Center has joined U.S. authorities in issuing warnings about the hack, but it may be late to too many businesses which do not have an appropriate level of cybersecurity. This is becoming more and more important. Regulators are going to sanction you if you are hacked, so you need to move to protection. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.